Hello and welcome back to the Movie Pope Podcast. And today we are going to be taking a look at the trailer for Tron Ares. Um, Now, the last time I saw Tron, it was the one with Olivia Wilde
Hmm.
from a few years back. And I walked away from that movie thinking, what the hell did I just see here? Um, Now, because Tron has been famously parodied and referenced in a lot of shows from The Simpsons to Family Guy to Futurama. But when you actually see what they're doing with with Tron, like Tron Legacy, or in this case Tron Ares, I'm not exactly quite sure what they're going for. Are they really honoring Tron, or did they just decide, as long as it has a lot of bold and bright colors and people in sleek futuristic motorcycle outfits, we can call it Tron? Like, what's the deal with that, Lee?
I think that's a good question. Something that's always got to me is like all these movies are called Tron, right? Named after the character Tron, but Tron generally has not as much impact in his own story. So
It's kind
I
of like
always,
with the Mad Max movies of late, really.
yeah, well, at least like with that, like at least they focus on Mad Max, right? Like he might not have an integral role to everything, but like, okay, I guess the prequel, right, that we saw with Anya Taylor-Joy, yes, I guess that's a good
Yeah.
example of that. But like even for like all of these, right? Even like the OG one that came out before me and you both existed,
Hmm.
it was called Tron, but Tron has a very minimal role in it. And then the remake that they did with Olivia Wilde, um, once again, right? Tron was like I think referenced the name a few times, and that's about it. I know he does have kind of a role with it, but it's very minor. So I find it so interesting that this is what whenever we think about Tron, it's always about this character Tron, and he definitely has minimal screen time, and I would argue also minimal importance overall to the story. I know it kind of like they wanted to have a more critical role for what he's supposed to represent.
Hmm.
But it just never really been fleshed out in any of the movies, at least in my own opinion.
See, my thing is, I'm starting to wonder if it's one of those things where, if we say his name over and over again, that counts, as a cameo, even though we don't really see the guy. I'm seriously starting to wonder if that might be the case here, because it's like it's like with every Tron movie they make, we see less and less of the guy, and if we do see him, it's like one of those things where you kind of have to freeze frame in order just to see, like, maybe like his backside or something. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
I feel like it's just you know it's the original one obviously has that really big cult following, right?
mhm.
Like you point out, it's been parodied. It's a movie that was I would say before its time, right? We've seen that happen a lot where these movies get created with these very kind of interesting premises, but the technology, the ability to like kind of do it would just didn't match the time. So I think it's one of those type of things where it's cool to see it be brought into kind of like more modern times, where I think it has the ability to kind of really showcase what it wanted to do. But because it all spurred from this original Tron, you can't get rid of the name because it's so synonymous with the series. So even though the character of Tron not super critical, you can't just drop the naming convention at this stage. So it's just like, well, we're just going to continue to roll with it, even though the character that the whole thing is based upon, or at least the naming is based upon, has relatively low significance to the plot.
I mean, not to mention the fact, if you are going to continue with the Tron, movies, I figured maybe try to explore more about who the character is, rather than just have a bunch of characters who, I guess, know the guy or are familiar with the guy, but they don't really care for the guy. But let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tron Ares and see if our little friend makes an appearance, or if he gets mentioned enough times, this counts as a cameo.
I just want to see if Olivia Wilde's in it.
Since time began, man has gazed at the stars and he has wondered, am I alone? So much talk of AI and big tech today.
Oh, God,
what are they
damn,
gonna look
really?
like when we get there?
There's always sky beams and lasers.
Well, folks,
So they're
we're
bringing.
not going there.
So they wanted to
They
bring this stuff
are
to the
coming
real
here.
world.
I would like you to meet Ares, the ultimate soldier. He's biblically
have
strong, lightning fast, supremely intelligent. And if he is struck down on the battlefield, I will simply make you another.
Well, I can see how that's going to backfire.
Okay, so right, so he's not Tron. He's just another guy named Ares.
Yes.
But okay, but he's not Tron.
Yes.
If
If they just called it Ares, though, no one would go to see it, right? So it's in the Tron universe, and that's what they're trying to milk.
But why can't they just say why can't they just call it Ares, a Tron movie, like they did with Ballerina? I mean,
Okay, that's fair.
They didn't call it John Wick Ballerina. They let us know it was part of the John Wick universe, but it wasn't. Didn't have John Wick in it. Like when you call a movie Tron Ares or Tron Legacy, I'm expecting to see the fella, but
think you're in control.
I will
You're
concede
in
you
control
have a
of
point.
this.
So
You're not.
also, is this just like pixels? Right? Because isn't Tron like the whole thing was like a video game? So
Where
this
are
is just
you?
like
pretty much,
pixels,
yeah.
but serious.
I'm looking for something.
And it's
Something
Jeff
I
Bridges.
do not
in it.
understand.
Hang on!
A malfunctioning program who wants to live.
There we go.
Why is that? It's just a feeling. Fascinating.
I will say this though, right? Like, if you're into visuals, right, which I think that's what a lot of, I feel like Tron is, right? Just seeing some of that stuff, it's cool, right? It's got kind of this very interesting aesthetic to it. I do feel like it's just a more serious version of Pixels with Adam Sandler in it.
Yeah.
But
It kind of. Do you remember that? What was that Gerard Butler movie where he was a video game character?
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, there's an avatar that controls him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's right. Yeah, I do remember what that is. Was it called like Gamer or some shit like that? I think it was.
Yeah, it was from Gamer from 2009. Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow. God, that's 15 years old. Yeah. Thanks for making me feel old again. But yeah, it's just like you kind of just get plucked out into this world. And did I hear Tron mentioned at all in there? Because I don't know if I heard Tron get mentioned at all. So I guess they just don't even want to try anymore to try to bring Tron into the whole mix.
So I mean, yeah, they'll use his name, but then they'll be like, "Oh, you guys looking for Tron?" Yep, he's not in. He might be in the next movie. I'm thinking
he's
might be
another video game. He's like the
might,
Princess Peach of this world.
I was gonna say that might be their strategy is to keep making these movies with the hope that you'll be dumb enough to buy the tickets that you'll see Tron in it. So
I mean, he wasn't the They Live a While version, so it's not like we don't know about the character. Did he die in that? Actually, now I don't even remember what happened. I remember he was in it. Luca, what happened in Tron? Now
I don't know. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, and I was just so confused. I could barely pay attention. After a while, I just tuned out, just because. I mean, my thing is, if you got a franchise named after a guy, I would like to at least see the guy like at least at a minimum of 5 minutes screen time. But to go back to my other theory, I'm thinking because if Tron had a cameo in Tron Legacy and he doesn't appear in Tron Ares, then that's their incentive to keep making more of these movies, with the off chance that he might show up in the next movie. So if you didn't see Tron in Tron Ares, then you'll see him in the next one.
So here I have. So no, Tron does not die in Tron Legacy. While he
No, of course not.
Defeated and falls into the sea of simulation, he survives and is later revealed to be mass programmer Rinsler. Are they just making this stuff up? Like
they are making this shit up just because. I mean, they really don't know what they're doing. They decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and continue with this because we think it might be good. And then they figured out pretty soon. Oh wait, we really don't know where we can go from here. So we'll just play it by ear. I mean, because I'm looking at IMDb and Wikipedia. I don't see anybody cast as Tron, but I guess they're keeping that a mystery on the off chance.
Yeah, there you go. You got to build up that suspense for who's going to be Tron again. So
yeah. And if you don't see him in the movie, then hey, this is going to make another Tron movie. He might show up there. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember. Okay, so I do remember how that ends now. That's right. So Tron fell into that thing at the end, and then he started to glow white. Like, yeah, that's right. I remember that now. So. All right, so Tron probably is alive, and once again, his level of importance to the whole thing is leads much to the imagination.
Well, we can only hope. But let us know down in the comments below what your thoughts are. Do you think Tron might make an appearance in Tron Ares, or do you think this is just them catfishing and screwing with us just to lure us in? But as always, thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.